All right, so this is a simple jig out of some garbage that we had left over from toe kick. So this piece was ripped. It is the same thickness as the top of our box, so that the jig that we're going to make will fit snugly on top and bottom of the cabinet box. So I'm just going to step that in the same thickness as the doors, because these are flush doors. So I'm going to go in 7/8 of an inch. And this is just a crown stapler. Okay. Now I can put this piece flush to that. And in a minute, I'll show you how that looks. Okay, so the intention of this, I'm going to be cutting this into segments. So I have basically 2 or 3 of these, but the intention of it is so that up there, we can set our rough cut piece of crown, and it will be at a consistent distance from the soffits, which are all over the place here. So in just a couple minutes, I'll show you how that works. So now I have 3 of these. I just chopped that previous piece into segments, and they fit on there snugly. This steps out the thickness of the doors, and so that puts the crown blank, or the rough cut piece of crown, at the same depth out as it's going to be mounted, or very close to it. So now I can set my piece on here. I've got it already pre-cut, at least roughly. And now they're all sitting flush with the inside of the cabinet. I know that that's 3/4 of an inch. So I can take my scribe, and I'm going to just adjust it to the same material, which is 3/4 of an inch. There's that. And I will do my best on this part. Yeah, okay. So the next segment, I'll just show you quick, so you can see how easy it is to go from one part to the next. At least in theory. This one is going to be a trickier because it does have to go in. Yeah. This one is going to be a problem. I might have to actually pre-cut a piece. So this piece is a piece of garbage, but it is the same height as my finished piece that I can't fit in here because of my miters on both ends. So instead, I cut this one to the length inside to inside. And my scribe, which is here, is still set. So now I can just run this here. So if I cut this on that mark, then I can just lay this exactly flush on my finished piece, which is right here. And I'll have a line that I can then trace, and it'll fit. I can cut my miters, and then I can put that piece in. So the ceiling does have some variations in it. They're not terrible, but they're not great either. So this will be a nice tight fit. All right, so now I've cut my finished piece that I can't fit up there because of the miters. I've cut it to length, exact length. I've got tape on it, and I've already cut the template piece to my ceiling irregularities. So now what I can do is just place this template piece right on top, that this piece where the adjustments are needs to be able to align exactly with where the other piece is going to fit. So, okay. So now that I've got that, I can even set it on a flat surface there, and that way it registers. And I'm just going to mark my template line here. So I'll cut that mark, and this piece should fit there very nicely at that point. So the challenge, now that we've got this piece, is how do we put this piece? You can't use these pieces here. I mean, they're missing the right location. So instead, because I'm reasonably confident that this panel is plumb and level, so I'm just going to use a large square clamped to the face, and I aligned it with the bottom of this, so it basically achieves the same result. So now I can take the piece that I've pre-cut and I can set it on there, and I'm going to set it back the same distance from the front, which is 1/8 of an inch, or I should say it's proud 1/8 of an inch. And if I can find, there it is. My scribe is still set to the same distance. Okay, so now this piece is marked. When I fit it in there, I'll have it exactly the same height as the surrounding pieces, and I didn't have to hurt myself. So.